the show, the eternal show. We're never gonna die. We're gonna live forever. Biden is president and Trump is gone. He's a piece of shit. Trump not Biden. Biden's cool mostly. And he's president, and we're really happy he's president. No more fucking Trump. The crowd goes wild.
Oh, my. Welcome, everyone, to AAWI, the And Also With You podcast from Affable Idiots, under the land of the free, the home of the brave, led by Joseph Michael McGillicuddy, American Biden.
American Biden.
Every single week, with the exception of some weeks, join us and all of your lifelong friends as we laugh together. Ha 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 ha, Donald Trump. We share secrets. I voted for Joe Biden.
And Me too, and it's not a secret.
And we strengthen our friendships on this off-color, Mr. Rogers-esque show. I am one of your hosts, Chad Michael Ennis, and we have here the always breathing Jesse Neal.
That's me, except for when I'm holding my breath. Hello.
Oh, or maybe holding your breasts. Do you breathe while holding your breasts?
I breathe. Hold on, let's see.
Yeah, I can definitely breathe while holding my breasts. Done.
Science.
And all you other lifelong friends listening and watching around Globo.
And
I am so
with us.
I'm so happy to be here with all of you.
And also with you.
Jesse.
Yesy.
Jessica. What a wonderful fucking world. We are recording this the day after Joe Biden was just declared the winner of the election of 2020 and of the election of the rest of our lives and livelihoods and what's important in the world.
Whoop.
And so I'm going to start today by asking you a question, and I want you to answer honestly.
Well, I'll answer honestly. I can't guarantee honesty, but I can guarantee honesty.
What if I were to poke you while you were being honest? Could we call you Pocahontas?
I think that would. I think probably not.
maybe that's the evolution at a Thanksgiving, like a really racist Thanksgiving party. Instead of pin the tail on the donkey, it's Pocahontas.
Oh my gosh!
You get.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Go
if there
find
were
an honest
awful,
person and just poke
people
them.
Doing that,
But they're dressed up as a Native American.
Oi, oi, oi.
Oi, oi,
Toyota's
oi, oi.
hot, hot, hot.
Feeling hot, hot, hot. Here's a question that I'm going to ask you, and we're going to ask you to answer honestly, and you Joe obliged to it. And the question is, tell me about a time when you realized we don't say a particular phrase anymore as a society. Like, for instance, to give you a little bit of setup, a little bit of a backstory, yesterday I had the realization, I was like, oh man, you know what no one says anymore? No one says, who's your daddy anymore. You're like, right. Do you remember back in like the 2000s when it was a really big thing as like in a competitive trash talk sense, like, oh yeah, I beat you, who's your daddy, who's your daddy?
My dad and I used to say that to each other all the time because it was in the 90s, and my dad's a big Duke basketball fan, and I love Duke basketball as well. And during this time period when Who's Your Daddy was big, Shane Battier was a basketball player for the Duke team, and my dad would always say, who's your daddy? And then I'd say, Shane Battier, or vice versa. That's fun. That's a fun memory for Who's Your Daddy. But nobody says that anymore. You're right.
Yeah. So tell me about maybe a realization that a phrase or something like that you can think of that nobody says anymore. You're like, oh man, remember when we used to say that?
Man, I know I've had these realizations recently. Can you dig it? I say it all the time. I still say, can you dig it?
Dig
and
it
nobody knows the correct response. But apparently,
is there a response to that?
The correct response is, yes, apparently. From like, my mom told me there was. Somebody would say, can you dig it? I think this was the 70s. And I mean, I would still say it because, I think it came back. But anyways, and then somebody would be like, yeah, I can dig it. And then the original person would say, I knew that you could. But I love saying, can you dig it?
I just imagine your sweet old mother just saying, yeah, I knew that you could, Jesse.
Trying to do the hip bump. My mom loves to do the hip,
Yep.
you know, that hip bump dance.
Jesse, can you dig it? And
I
you'd be
knew
like,
that you
yeah, I
could.
can dig it. And like, I knew that you could, Jesse.
Jesse. What a sweet woman. I love my mom. I love
Oh,
her.
I love your mom too. She's wunderbar.
She's wearing her hair just a little bit longer for quarantine, and it looks good.
Aww. Oh,
She
is
wears
she?
it real
She's
short.
obviously probably not going to like pottery classes and stained glass.
No,
What
but
is
she's
she
still going
doing?
and like getting her hair cut, but she's just trying a longer look. And it looks good.
Nice. Good.
My
for
dad's
her.
bald though, so that's the same.
Well, he's been trying.
To be bald?
No, he's been trying to grow his hair out during quarantine, but
only his goatee. That's the only thing that'll grow.
my dad's family's the same way, where all of them are old, but they have. Sorry, obviously they're all old.
I mean, you're his family. You're
All-
old.
All of my dad's brothers are all bald, but they have facial hair for days. But my dad has
Isn't that
hair,
weird?
but cannot grow facial hair at all.
Oh, and you couldn't for a time.
I couldn't for a time, but now, thanks
now
to
you
the
can.
magic of Rogaine, I have a beard.
A beard?
A beard, and
A beard
I have hair.
on your head. But that's just your genetics.
Both worlds. Jesse, let's jump into our healthy competition today, which is aptly focused as well on this presidential election and the wonderful Joe Biden winning. Last week, let's talk just a little bit about, 2 weeks ago's game,
Yes.
which was I Was This Many, where we guessed
That was
how
tough.
old celebrities were when they filmed certain famous roles. And who knew that Harrison Ford was a dinosaur at 38 while filming Raiders?
And who knew that what's his name from Daddy Daycare and Dr. Doolittle?
Eddie Murphy. Daddy Daycare's the first movie you think of? Oh my God.
Also, Beverly Hills Cop, Eddie Murphy. Who knew Eddie Murphy was 19
Yeah.
when he started on SNL? He
Yeah.
didn't start SNL. That was long before him.
That was Lorne Michaels. Scott Michaels. Are they related? That's exactly right.
Scott Michael, the fictional character. And
No,
Lorne
Scott
Michaels.
Michael, not Michael Scott. Scott Michael's exactly right.
Oh,
The
that's right. I forgot
choreographer
that
in
was Scott
Chicago.
Michaels. Maybe so. We should ask.
Oh man, I've never met Scott Michaels before, but
Neither have I, but we talk about
I also
him all
don't
the
even
time.
know if it's a singular Michael or a plural Michaels. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, because it could be, when we say Scott Michaels, it could be the possessive.
I'll ask Adrian. I'll follow up.
Yeah, follow up and let us know.
Yeah. So that's what we played 2 weeks ago. This week, however, we have an update. So we also a couple weeks ago did the best picture competition.
Yes.
And part of the not disappointment. What do you call it? The punishment. Part of the punishment
Yeah, for your punishment for losing.
for losing was that I had to draw a picture for Jessie, any picture that she wanted. And I am going to text this to you right now, Jessie. First, I'm going to do the setup. I'm going to remind everyone what the picture had to be. And then I'm going to text you the picture, and I'm going to put it on the screen, too, for anyone watching at home.
Hot.
Okay. So the setup is, this is what I wrote down. It has to be a picture of SpongeBob bent over, spreading his butt cheeks, with a sunflower growing tall out of his bottom hole. Just off to either side, the squirrel friend Sandy needs to be looking on with a weird, surprised, disgusted, aroused face.
Yes.
And then you also said Patrick has to be crying. And that you also want to see the butthole. We need to know it's growing from the butthole and not one of his sponge holes. Must have color. iPad allowed. So I just texted you the picture. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. This is what I came up with.
Oh, yeah, this is good. This is good.
Thank you. So we've got SpongeBob. He's facing away
Butthole.
from the camera.
I love how he's not wearing a shirt. He just has sleeves.
Well, he never really wears a shirt, right? He just has the bottom that he pulls. Well, I guess it does have a tie and a shirt on, doesn't he?
I don't know.
But his sleeves are not. His arms are not really connected to the rest of his clothes. But he does always have sleeves
good.
on.
I'm loving that. Oh, she's got a boner. They
So SpongeBob is facing away from the camera, spreading both of his cheeks. I'm gonna tweet this out on Twitter for anyone who's listening and wants to be able to see it as well. He's spreading both of his cheeks in like it looks like if you just cut a sponge, and he has 2 square cheeks.
Yes.
The butthole is a bright pink little starfish-looking thing, almost like Patrick himself, just so that you know the sunflower is coming out of his butthole.
You have to see it. You got to know.
You have to. And then we see Sandy there, the squirrel, in her astronaut suit. She's got that shocked, aroused, confused face, but also a boner, so you know she's very aroused. And then you have Patrick there crying. She's doing the mom hand to cover his eyes, but he's crying and also has a boner because he's also aroused.
I love this. This is great.
And then, of course,
this is great.
The sunflower coming out of his butthole.
I half wish I'd asked for him to be bent over but turning back so you could see his face, so you could see what SpongeBob's doing. This is fantastic. This is true art.
True.
It's beautiful.
Art. It's an
Thank you
art.
for this. This
You're
is
welcome.
gorgeous.
Thank you for the prompt.
Such a good prompt.
Jesse, you are
best at prompts.
So that's the consequence that I had to do. For anyone watching, Jesse, you are like 1 frame a second and jumping all around, and you're getting
I'm
smaller
sorry.
and bigger.
It's because I opened our text thread and it's trying to play all of the memojis we sent each other on election night.
Gotcha. Okay, so for anyone
trying to get that
watching,
close.
there's the picture. Just focus on SpongeBob's butthole and don't focus on Jesse.
Don't look at me at all. Okay, I closed that app, so I should be good. Am I good now?
You are now at multiple frames per second. You are still small, but I have a feeling it's going to come back.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Bring me
this
back.
week's game, everyone. This week's game for our healthy competition is a game I like to call Biden Trump Twitter Dump.
Yes, it's a
We
poem.
know now.
It rhymes.
As of yesterday, we know that Joe Biden is the president-elect.
Even though Trump tweeted that he won the election,
please.
by a lot.
Hold, please. You're getting into the game.
That's part of the game. I'm sorry. I forgot. That's part of the game, probably.
Yes. This might be our most difficult game that you've ever played.
Ooh.
However, I do believe that you'll probably get 100% on it. So, Jesse, in the spirit of the election and the wonderful results that came from it, I've gone back over the last, how many days has it been? 5 days since the election?
Yeah, the election's Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah. So it's been 5 days. I went back over the last 5 days of tweets from Donald Trump and from Joe Biden.
I'm sorry you had to do that.
I went for both. And I collected some really great ones that kind of summarize their messaging over the last couple of days. Over the last few days. And I want you to guess, did Donald Trump tweet this or did Joe Biden tweet this?
Beautiful. That's a perfect
the game.
guess.
That's the game.
Also, before we start, I just want to ask you, did you hear about the press conference that he did?
Oh, yes.
Where
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Is that part of a tweet too? Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Oh, what a time to be alive.
Wait. Does that have anything to do with
the press conference at the Four Seasons?
Yes. Okay.
No, that's a different one. No. I'm talking about the one.
What is yours?
So he had a press conference at the White House a couple of days ago. It was maybe the day before yesterday or 2 days ago. Anyways, it was just the most shameful, ridiculous thing, and every single major network tuned away. They started by tuning in because it's the president giving like a press conference.
Right.
And it was filled with lies. And like CNN's headlines underneath his image was like, Trump falsely claims this.
Oh
like,
my God.
And then eventually they all of the major networks tuned away. Because they're like, we cannot, in good conscience, keep airing this when it's full of so many lies.
Yep.
The Four Seasons one. Casey told me about that. I hadn't read about that yet, but that's amazing.
It's fantastic. We'll get to that. So really, so here's the thing. You're going to get 100% on this because it's very obvious who is who. But I just want to have a conversation around the tweets as we go.
Yes, let's do it.
So our first one, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13 tweets.
Ooh, lucky number 13.
Total of 13. Now, I'm going to read the tweet and the day that it was posted and the time that it was posted. And then I want you to answer who tweeted it. And your answer has to be in the form of either the next president of the United States or the shit one.
Perfect.
Those are your two responses. Okay, ready?
I love it. Yes.
The first one is a retweet of himself at 9:12 a.m. on November 5th. This one just says, "Stop the count!" in all caps.
The shit one.
That's right. This was the shit one. You got it.
So funny. In one part of the country, his supporters were outside polling stations yelling, "Stop the count!" And in another part of the country, at the exact same time, other of his supporters were outside yet another polling station yelling, "Count every vote!"
I saw, I forget who it is now, but I saw there was someone, a senator or something like that, who was doing an interview on some news site, and behind him on a bookshelf, there was a little tiny doll of the Count from Sesame Street right next to a little USPS mail truck.
That's amazing. Yes.
All right.
That's
Let's see if you can get this
fantastic.
next one. That one was too easy. This next one's going to be a lot
so
tougher.
Good.
This one was tweeted at 8:20 p.m. that same day, November 5th. Keep the faith, folks.
Oh, that's tough. I'm gonna say it's the next president of the United States.
That is the next president of the United States. Absolutely. You can tell
Yeah.
because it's calm. It is human.
He said the word folks. I don't know if Trump even knows that word.
Right. He said the word folks instead of some awful racist way to refer to anyone.
Keep the faith, Trump publicans.
Here's another one. This one might stump you. This one was tweeted the day before that, on November 4th at 5:15 p.m. To make progress, we have to stop treating our opponents as enemies. We are not enemies.
Oh, that sounds like very much like the next president of the United States.
That is absolutely the next president of the United States. Way to go, Jesse. You're getting good. You're getting good.
Whoop, whoop. It's almost as if I know some stuff sometimes.
It's almost as if, like, I don't know, the person who speaks like an eloquent adult person in a position of maybe the most power on the planet might be the next president of the United States.
Yeah,
so
and not the
crazy.
current one. Not the shit one.
Not the shit one.
The shit one.
I'm going to take just a moment here real quick. You have bounced back really well from your internet.
Good.
But you have now
Thank
taken over
you.
the whole screen. So
Thanks for the compliment.
I'm adjusting. You're welcome. I'm adjusting you real quick. And
My dog
you
finally fell
now
asleep on the
look
blanket
beautiful.
beside me, for those who didn't know that this was a situation. And
Aw.
you, who did know.
I
Hopefully
did,
she
Tim
won't start
Gunn.
snoring too loud.
All right, right now you are 3 for 3, Jesse. Going into number 4. This one is a two-parter.
Ooh, a twofer.
At 9:41 a.m. on November 7th, this person tweeted, "Lawyers press conference at Four Seasons, Philadelphia, 11 a.m." That tweet was then deleted, and 4 minutes later at 9:45 a.m., they tweeted, "Big press conference today in Philadelphia at Four Seasons Total Landscaping, 11:30 a.m."
That's definitely the shit one.
That's exactly right. That's the shit one.
And somebody definitely fucked up, because apparently, did you hear that apparently the Four Seasons tweeted him back and was like, "We have no news about this. We have no reservation." Somebody fucked up and they tried to spin it. It was so Veep.
Yep.
Like
Whoever
an episode of Veep.
I have literally on election night, in order to, like, we played some Destiny with my friends just because that's what we do, because take your mind off of it, and also it's Destiny. It's awesome. But I also then started watching Veep just to kind of take my mind off of all of it, and now I'm almost through the end of season 1. That show is so... I am just constantly... I've seen it all 3 times now, and I'm just still constantly laughing out loud, like shocked by how funny it is.
I had a dream last night that I almost met Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and I was saying to people, I was like, if I meet Julia Louis-Dreyfus right now, I'm going to fucking lose my shit. And for those of you who don't know, the tweet about the 4 seasons, that's where the porn shop comes into play.
Yes.
Because the landscaping place was right beside an adult bookshop or something like that, right?
It was a place that sold like sex toys and stuff.
Yeah, love it.
It was that and a crematorium.
Right.
So
and
they held
just,
it in like the parking lot.
Into a tiny little parking lot.
Yep.
Somebody
Obviously,
really fucked up.
you can tell because he even changed the time. Like they were obviously on their way to the 4 Seasons Hotel. It's scheduled for 11, and then someone said, "Guys, wait! It's 4 Seasons total landscaping. We fucked up. It's going to be in a parking lot at this place by a porn shop." And like, shit.
And Trump wasn't even there. It was Rudy Giuliani, right? I think.
Right. Yeah. And they're like, "All right, well, we're not going to make it there by 11. Move it to 11:30." So obviously. And did you watch, there was a clip, I didn't watch the whole thing, obviously, because I can't stand watching that many lies, but Rudy Giuliani talking when they got the news that Biden was going to be the next president.
No, I missed that.
So he's up there giving a speech, and then you can see that someone in the front is giving him the news, and he's like, "What?" And he's talking to that person, and he's like, who's saying that? Who's reporting that? And then the person says, "All of the news outlets." And he goes, "Oh, all of the news outlets. Oh, all of the news outlets."
I love it. I love how they like to play the victim.
Yep.
Like, the media, they're so mean to us. And it's like, well, they wouldn't necessarily be so mean to you. It's just everybody hates you. Like, they weren't this mean to Bush. They just don't like you. Because you're awful. All of you. Fuck. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, that's amazing. What a great story. Oh,
it's great.
All of them.
All of the networks. He literally like looks up as if he's starting to praise them. It's so great.
Bless. That's fantastic.
This is number 5, I think. This is our moment to prove that love is more powerful than hate. Hope is more powerful than fear. Light is more powerful than dark. Vote before polls close.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely the next president of these United States.
That is exactly right. What an adult human being person. That was at 528.
Also, just the content of what he's saying is the antithesis of anything that the shit one would say. So,
yes.
This is the love? That... I don't know that Trump knows that word.
Nope. All right. This one might be tough. You're going to have to parse through it and sort some information out in your head.
Okay, let's do it.
We have claimed, for electoral vote purposes, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, which won't allow legal observers, and the state of Georgia, and the state of North Carolina, each one of which has a big Trump lead in all caps. Additionally, we hereby claim the state of Michigan if, in fact, ... Tweet number 2, ... There was a large number of secretly dumped ballots, as has been widely reported. These came at 4:56 p.m. on 11/4/20.
That's definitely the shit one.
That is the shit one. Congratulations, you got that one. Yes.
Did you hear in regard to this? So Trump has a lawsuit out right now. I forget if it's in PA or Georgia, but in one of them, he's got a lawsuit out where saying that his like Republican people observers, aren't allowed in with the counting, and they were in court, and the judge asked the lawyer, and he's like, "It's a non-zero number." He's like, "So are there observers in the counting room?" He's like, "Oh, it's a non-zero number," and he said, "You, as a member of the bar of whatever state this is, and whatever, I forget exactly what he said, are there observers in the room?" And he had to say yes. And he goes, "Then why are we here?"
Yes. That was Pennsylvania.
PA it was, okay.
Oh my God.
Gosh.
What a freaking... It's like the Three Stooges.
It
but
really
all the Stooges
is.
are him.
Yep.
Next
He is
up.
all the Stooges.
The presidency itself is not a partisan institution. It is the one office in the nation that represents everyone, and it demands a duty of care for all Americans, and that is precisely what I will do.
That sounds to me like the next president of these United States.
That is the next president of these United States. How wonderful that we have someone who cares about everyone in the country. It's wonderful.
I love it. He also, well, I won't say it yet because you might have tweeted it, or it might be in here, so I'm not going to say it yet. A tweet from the next president of these United States. So continue.
Here's another one.
I already know who this is.
In reference to a tweet that is no longer available, it's just in all caps. What is this all about? At 10:35 a.m. on 11/4.
Oh gosh, that there would be the shit one.
Yes, that is the shit one. Absolutely. I actually don't know what that's in reference to anymore because the tweet has been deleted. But
yeah,
every time I see that, it's just him screaming, "What is this all about?"
He's terrible.
Here's another one. Power can't be taken or asserted. It flows from the people, and it's their will that determines who will be the president of the United States.
Oh, that's going to be the next president of these United States.
That is the next president of these United States, absolutely. That was at 4:36 p.m. on 11/4.
It's a good, competent, honest, truthful tweet.
Yep. There's a pattern to these things.
It's interesting. It's almost as if one of them is more fit to be president.
Almost.
Almost.
At 3:24 p.m. on Election Day itself, November 3rd, this person tweeted, "This is our moment to choose. Hope over fear, unity over division, science over fiction, truth over lies. Vote."
That sounds like the next president of these United States.
That is absolutely the next president of these United States. Very good. This one, 12:45 a.m., so early in the morning.
I already know who it is.
On November 4th. I will be making a statement tonight. A big win in all caps.
That's the shit one.
That is the shit one. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that one.
Before any indication that he would win at all.
Yeah, right? He at that time he was actively down. Like when you take into account or don't take into account like all the states that had yet to declare.
Right. Or states that were like even had anywhere near a critical mass of votes already in.
Yep. Sheesh.
All right, this one. 4:50 p.m. on November 5th. So this is in the heat of everything. I spent the afternoon attending briefings on the ongoing COVID-19 crisis and the state of the economy. Tune in as I provide an update on these briefings and efforts to count every vote.
Yeah, that sounds to me to be the next president of these United States.
That is. Isn't that a sentence that you would expect to hear from the current sitting president of the United States?
Yeah,
like,
you would.
That's just something that should be a presidential thing to do. But
instead,
yes.
he was probably golfing. Like yesterday, when it was announced that Biden was the next president, and he had to come back to the White House and walk through people yelling "loser" at him.
And his motorcade on the way back, and everyone's just lining the streets, flipping him off, has giant signs. Oh my god, I fucking loved it. All right, 2 left, Jesse. 2 left.
All right, let's see. Can I do it? Can I pull it out?
At 6:50 p.m. on November 4th, this person tweeted, "Keep faith in the process and in each other. Together, we will win this."
That sounds to me to be the next president of these United States.
Yes. Oh, Jesse, you're so close to a perfect game.
I'm on fire.
Last one. This could make or break you. 10:36 a.m. on November 7th. Right after the results were read. I won this election by a lot.
By a lot.
In all caps.
Oh my gosh, that's the shit one.
That is the shit one.
Oh my gosh.
Fucking childish. As soon as he loses, he just tweets a complete I won this election by a lot.
By a lot.
I won it
freaking
by a lot. I hate him in his stupid hands.
I won all the elections. I'm even all the senators now.
Oh my god.
What a doofus.
And I love that, like, as I scroll through these tweets, every single one of his has that little Twitter disclaimer on it that says some or all of this content shared in this tweet is disputed and might be misleading about an election or other civic process.
Yep.
Yep. Official sources may not have called the race when this tweet was tweeted.
Yeah, that was the one from the I won the election, right?
That was
right
from
after
that was from we have claimed for the electoral purposes the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. That was that one. That was also I won this election by a lot. Yes.
What a doofus. What a doofus. So right after they called it, Casey's brother he posted on Facebook like Biden, CNN or the AP just announced Biden won. This is great or whatever, and then a few moments later he had a screenshot of Trump's tweet and he goes, "Never mind, Trump just called it." Because oh my gosh.
Congratulations. You got 100%, Jesse. That's a feat to be proud of.
Yes! Beat that, suckers!
Beat that, suckers. Now we only have 2 months left before he's gone.
I can't wait.
He's gone.
I can't wait. I want to find the tweet that I was mentioning to you, but didn't say because I didn't know if it was going to be one of the tweets. Where is it?
Never gonna be president now. Never gonna be president now.
You don't have the votes.
You don't have the votes.
Where is it? I wanted to be able to read it word for word. Oh my gosh. When Biden changed his bio to president-elect, it was like, hell yeah.
Ham.
Ham. People like the way she says ham. Where is it? I think it was a tweet. But he was just saying, like, the African-American community has always had his back. He's like, the African-American community has always had my back, and I swear to always have yours or theirs or something like that. It was just great. Because, Trump had said he had done more for blacks since Obama.
That's right.
It's since Abraham Lincoln.
That's right.
Like, okay.
Or even during the debate when he's like, I'm the least racist person in this room. I can't see anybody in the audience because it's so dark. But like I'm the least racist person.
Meanwhile, the host was Native American, and I forget. Like her father is Native American, and I forget what her mother's background is. But like, I just feel like somebody who's not white is, and especially somebody made up of, like a mixed race person might be even less racist.
Yeah. I probably think people who don't call, I don't know, coronavirus the Kong flu or the China virus.
China plague.
Probably people who don't call it that are probably less racist.
Less racist, yeah.
Great.
Fuck
Wonderful.
that
That was a fun little healthy competition. What a delightful, delightful world we live in starting in 2 months. I can't wait. Jesse, let's move on to our honest discussion. This is where we just kind of chat about a little topic. 2 weeks ago, our honest discussion was about building our own dream amusement park. And we settled on a horror theme, and we had all sorts of fun things inside it from Alien and Zombieland and Stranger Things, and we had this great conversation. And we were supposed to bring this week, each of us were supposed to draw the map of what that theme park might look like. I completely forgot. Jesse
and
drew
I didn't draw it as a
better
map.
things. Yeah, Jesse drew better than a map. So next week we're going to reveal, just to keep that conversation going, we're going to reveal what that looks like. But this week,
I hope you're ready for some really bad drawings because I can't draw.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
These are really
I hope
bad.
all of them have buttholes with sunflowers. But this week we have a topic from you this week that says, if you were reincarnated as an animal, what animal would you be? Jesse, set us up for this conversation.
So, I was trying to think of things to come up with. Like, what's a fun thing we could talk about? And I was like, no, this one's not good. This one's not fun enough. This one's not fun enough. And then I just thought, like, I was petting my dog. I was like, this dog is living the fucking life. Anything she wanted that we used to not let her do, she has broken us down on. Some. Like, we have made compromises. Like, she used to not be allowed in our bed at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then one morning at like 6 or 6:30, she just jumped up there, and I was like, I'm too tired to deal with it. And Casey's like, I'm too tired to deal with it. So now, every morning, she gets up in our bed. Sometimes she tries, at 2 in the morning or 4 in the morning, and we're like, no, you get back in your bed. You can't get up here unless it's 6. Earliest.
She can't read a clock, Jesse.
I know, but it's fine. So we'll tell her she'll do it. Like, she gets up and we hear her shake, and her ears smack, and it wakes me up. And so we say to her, not right now. Go back to bed. And she goes and she lays back down. And some nights she does that 4 times before she can get in bed. She's learning. And we used to not let her up on she has the love seat to herself. I mean, to herself. But she always wanted to be on the bigger couch, and we wouldn't let her up there at all. Now, if she won't sleep, or she seems like she really wants a cuddle, or like she's scared because they're being loud upstairs, we'll let her up there with us. Anything she's wanted, she's broken us down on to at least a degree. This dog lives the freaking life. Today, she got so much bacon. It's ridiculous. Like, we've got an Afghan. Is that what other people call this kind of a blanket? Like,
I think they call them throw blankets.
Well,
I call them Afghans.
I wonder where the term Afghan came from.
Maybe it's related to Afghanistan. I don't know.
But it's like one of the ones that are hand knit by your grandparents.
Where did the word Afghan come from?
Okay.
Afghan blanket from Wikipedia. Let's see.
Do you spell it Afghan?
That is correct. A woolen blanket or shawl, usually knitted or crocheted. It is sometimes also called a throw of indeterminate size.
I wonder if the term calling it an Afghan is insensitive.
The word Afghan refers to the people of Afghanistan. The use of Afghan in the English language goes back to 1831 when Thomas Carlyle mentioned it in his Sartor Resartus.
I don't know what that is.
The first mention of the word referring to the woven rug was in 1877. It doesn't tell us why it's called that.
Now I'm just wondering if that's an insensitive
yes, it does mean
term.
for the Afghanistan people.
Interesting. Well, this
I
is
wonder if
one
it's
of
just
those
like a style of rug that they
have or that's popular there that they started, like Aleppo soap.
But I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe it is to offend. Like, what if sombreros?
Yeah.
We just adopted that in America and just started calling those Mexicans.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
let me
true.
put that Mexican on and have a great Cinco de Mayo party, and we're talking about the hat. Like, yeah, that's probably insensitive.
But I wonder if Afghani people call these types of throws Afghans.
And they probably just call them blankets.
Probably, right?
I don't know. Let's look it up. Someone's probably done the research for us to know whether or not this is offensive.
Because I looked at it and I thought I've grown up calling this kind of a thing an Afghan, like the hand knit by your grandparents one. But that's what she's on here. She won't just lay on the rug. She's got to have a blanket. She's bougie, is what I was getting at. A bougie baby.
Let's see.
I wonder.
This is Google has done a little bit of a racist on me. I typed, "Is the term Afghan offensive?" And Google says, "We're going to show you results for, is the term Asian offensive?"
Huh.
And they're just like, "Oh no, Afghan's not a
That's not even a word.
That's not even a word. They're not a people. You obviously meant Asian."
I'm really curious now, though, because there are so many things, like, especially, I'm sure there are things like this all over the country that people grew up with, but that in the South, in North Carolina, growing up saying these things, I didn't know they were racist. Like, an Indian giver.
Oh, yeah.
Indian style. Indian sunburn. I can't think of other ones, but there are so many things that, like, you grow up hearing and therefore saying, and you don't realize they're racist until you are old enough to realize that they're racist. And, like, I always wondered. Now I'm wondering, is that an offensive term? Now there is. So I did.
So here's where it comes from. So Afghanistan is particularly known for its distinctive textiles, colorful carpets, and lustrous caracal wool. And so the blankets that came out of there or that resemble those textiles that they're famous for were called Afghan blankets. And then eventually just got shortened to Afghans.
Just called Afghans. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily, so it seems to be not
I did not
racist
find
beginnings.
anywhere, even the like most like PC things, like nothing showed up that said it was offensive. So I feel good about that.
Well, then I will continue to call this an Afghan until I'm told it's offensive. But anyways, so Casey went for a run. She won't lay on either of the blankets in the other room. She has a perfectly good bed that we paid $200 for right over here that she doesn't want to lay in. But this blanket that his dad's stepmom, who was evil apparently, knit and his parents ended up giving to us. She loves this fucking thing. And she's just asleep, curled up on it. She's totally sleeping. She's living the life.
What
So
a great thing, like an evil stepmother. The last thing we have to remind us of you is this thing that our dog just kind of fucking plods around on.
Yep. One time somebody in the family couldn't make it to Thanksgiving, apparently. So, like their kid, their teenage or college-aged kid, one of the, like, stepchildren's kids. Anyways, so when the parents left for Thanksgiving, she just said, just take their chair. they were disinvited forever because they couldn't make it.
Oh my God.
Somebody bought the wrong milk once and they were disinvited. Apparently she was terrible. She's dead now from COVID in a nursing home. Terrible way to go, but man alive. Anyways, so just thinking about this dog's cushy life and how she basically gets anything she wants. She's so freaking spoiled. And it's like, okay, well, when I die, do I want to come back as a human and have, like, responsibilities? She's snoring. I don't know if you can hear it. It's loud.
I didn't realize that was snoring. For all of you audio listeners, Jessie has picked up her microphone and is pointing it at the dog.
I think it woke up. It being the dog. I think I woke her up when I accidentally, the part of it made a noise, so she woke up. Yeah, I'm sorry if you hear her snoring. She's loud as fuck. But I'm just thinking, like, she's got this great, great, wonderful life. She's such a happy girl now. She's so who she is now. She does little tippy tap kicks when she poops.
Tippy tap kicks when she poops. Okay, we're gonna listen to her snore again. I can almost hear it.
I think the squeaky chair woke her up. Damn it. Oh, geez. But, okay, sorry. She's just so loud. But, I was thinking about that. And I was like, oh, what a great life she lives. Maybe I want this life. And then it got me thinking about, okay, well, if you had, when you die, if reincarnation is a thing and you can choose how you'd be reincarnated, what would you choose?
Well, I do want to start by saying that reincarnation is not a choice. You're born with it.
You're born with reincarnation.
Yeah, whatever you become, it's the way you were born. But if we're going to put a little hypothetical twist on reincarnation, and we do get to choose, I like this twist.
It's a fun twist. Well, I think to religions that believe in reincarnation, I think what you are reincarnated as is determined by how you lived your life prior, right?
That's correct.
I think that's how that is.
So if you are a horrible person as a human being, then you'll be like reincarnated as like a fly or something,
like
or a piece of shit cricket.
Yeah.
But if you are a really great person, you might come back as a cow or something that they find sacred.
Yes, exactly. So I think if I were going to be reincarnated and I could choose, truly I think I would live the life of a rich dog. A rich, spoiled.
So not only are you choosing the animal, but you're also choosing the circumstances.
Well, I don't know if I can. That might be pushing it. So maybe I would just choose a dog. But I don't want to be like a homeless dog. You
don't want to be a gross, mangy, rickety cricket type dog.
Exactly. I don't want to be one of the thousands of dogs that are strays in all countries. Hundreds of thousands.
You don't want to be
Or
one of
wanna
those
be a
dogs
dog
that rides the
living a
subway
cushy
in
life.
Russia.
Yeah, or the dog here in the States somewhere that has its own bus pass and takes itself to
yep.
the park. I just would want to be a dog that lives a really cushy life. I can be on all the surfaces. I get all the toys and snacks. I've got a really big backyard. I can lay in the sun. Maybe I live in a warm climate year round. Or, not too cold. Although this dog she goes crazy in the cold. In the hot, she loves laying in the sun, though, when it's hot out. And, panting and panting and panting. And then you give her water, and she's like, I've never had water before. And then she still lays out there and pants. She loves it. It's like her favorite freaking thing to do. And chewing sticks, that's apparently a thing they love. Maybe every now and then, I'd be out in my backyard, and there'd be a squirrel or a bunny, and I'd catch it, kill it. Oh, that sounds great. That's what and maybe in this family, instead of getting like regular dog food, they have those artisanal frozen meals that they get for dogs that you can buy and spend a lot of money on. I think I want those. Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, I
that.
can't choose all of this, but I'm choosing all of this. That's what I want. Maybe I'd be like a Bernese mountain dog. No, they don't live the longest lives. Maybe I'd be like a medium-sized dog, like a golden doodle.
Is a golden doodle a medium dog?
Well, they tend to be more medium. They're not usually. Well, I guess full-size golden doodles are pretty big, actually. Maybe it'd be like a mini golden doodle. Or like a Shih Tzu, a Shih Tzu poodle, or like any of those mixes with the poodle that are hypoallergenic.
Yeah,
I want to be a bougie ass dog.
You got to be. Yeah, you have to be a hypoallergenic dog so that rich people pick you at the shelter or wherever.
Yeah, or from the breeder paying thousands of dollars. Right. That's jeez. Yes, I think that's what I would want to be.
I like that.
And I would be
that.
named like. This isn't part of the prompt, but now I'm wondering what my name would be. I feel like I'd be named like Alaska or Potato.
Alaska.
I'd want like either a really
Alabame.
I want to be either a state name, a food name, or like a really never heard of for a dog human
probably
name.
Don't choose Alaska because they went 70% for Trump in this election.
They did.
So
ugh. Maybe they'd call me like Nevada. Arizona. Nevada. Florida. Or like Gravy.
Gravy, that's a good dog name.
It's a great dog name. Or Fish.
What?
I just want a name that's just, or a name that's like Eartha Kit.
If you're gonna have
like
a human
fun,
name,
cool name,
if you're gonna have a human name like that, like named after somebody, it has to be a pun.
Like what? Do you have one in mind?
Well, I'm just like thinking about Eartha Kitt. Like you can't just name it Eartha Kitt. You have to name it like Eartha Kibble and Bits or something like that. I obviously Eartha Kitt is not what I would have chosen, but
what's another? Beyonce. Beyonce.
Great pun.
Stupid. Yeah, I think that's what I'd be though, and I'd just be so bougie though, and they'd be so concerned about my poops all the time.
All the time.
My poops. I mean, we're concerned about my dog's poops. That's all our lives are now. Poops. What
Poops
would
on
you
poops on
choose?
I'm thinking. I'm trying to consider a lot of options. One, how happy do these animals seem in the wild or in captivity or wherever they be?
That's true.
That's something I'm trying to keep in mind. Two, how do they communicate well? Because I would want to be able to talk or at least communicate in some fashion. And then the third thing I'm trying to take into consideration is how long they live.
Yeah.
But, there are, for each one of those.
That was born in the 1800s.
Exactly. For each one of those, like I think, oh, a red panda. It's my favorite animal of all time.
They're
a red
so
panda, so fucking cute. They have all the fun in the world. They play with pumpkins and snowballs and all this.
They're
they
not
are just
even
amazing.
pandas.
And they're not even pandas.
They're so
Schnozberries
cute,
taste
though.
like schnozberries. So that's like I'm like that seems like it would be a fun life, but I don't know how long they live. Let's see. What's the lifespan of a red panda?
Where are they indigenous, I wonder?
9 years.
I didn't get that.
Get out of here. 9 years. Oh. Where do red pandas come from?
They're endangered. Southwestern China and the eastern Himalayas.
Yeah, China, India,
Looks
Nepal, Bhutan. So 9 years. That's a short lifespan,
Well,
but it's a happy
when I
life.
Googled it, it says 12 to 14 years based off of rosamondgiffordzoo.org.
What's the average lifespan of a red panda? Well, this is according to Wikipedia.
Well, also, this could be based on the lifespan in captivity, which is usually going to be longer anyway.
Yeah.
And you probably don't want to live in captivity. I wouldn't blame you.
I don't know. Could be. But so I had that thought. And then I thought, what about communicating? Maybe I'll be a gorilla or a chimpanzee. They obviously know how to communicate with. And then
Yeah.
eventually I might even be able to do sign language like that gorilla.
Oh, hell yeah.
Or eventually even, no, Caesar is free. I could speak like a chimpanzee
Yes.
and Planet
you
of
could
the
take over
Apes.
the planet.
Yeah, so like I could communicate, but then also like what do they do for fun? All I can think
poop?
of is I've always just seen them sitting in trees and shitting on the ground.
They throw poop. They do somersaults.
Yeah.
The women have
Although
babies.
chimpanzees are one of the few animals on the planet who actually participate in oral sex.
Really?
Yeah.
My dog is performing oral sex on herself right now. I'm just kidding. I think she's just licking her stump.
And then the third thought that I had, the last thought that I had was lifespan. Like
Yeah.
How long? And so I started thinking about what if I was like a parrot? Those things live like 80 or 90 years.
And they
But
do
then
learn
again,
to talk.
they just shit on things and sit on a branch. And that's all
Ask
they do.
for crackers.
Exactly. And they're not really communicating. They're just repeating what you
They're
say. So it's
mimicking.
not like, yeah. So I think it would be a short but sweet red panda life.
Yeah, as long as it's a sweet life, right?
Of Zach and
and
Cody,
Cody.
How long do gorillas live?
They
What's the
can live up
average
to like
lifespan of a
40 or
gorilla?
50 years, I think.
38 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad.
In captivity, which of course you don't want. I think they live longer.
But then you
I
also
would
have to think
never
about
wanna-
like as
Go ahead.
a parrot, you could live in someone's home and watch TV.
That's
But
true.
as a panda, as a red panda, you're either in the zoo or in the wild and there's no TV. As a gorilla, you're definitely in the jungle or in captivity. Again, no TV.
No TV. But think of all the animals you can see like fighting it out. And if you're a silverback gorilla, think of all the TV you can make for yourself.
That's true. Okay, no, here's the thing. Here's the thing that cements it to me for red panda. It's going to be a fun life. It's going to be a short life
Yeah.
so that I can get back to being a human again.
That seems good. See, yeah.
And
That's
that's really
perfect.
what it's all about. That's why there was that song in Beauty and the Beast, being human again, being human again.
That's exactly why.
Yep.
Not because they were turned into other things.
No, it was not a choice.
No.
They were turned into it. They were born that way as a cup and a cupboard and a footstool.
Man, and a wardrobe.
Yes.
Red pandas are so freaking cute.
I remember
I'm just
every
looking
time
at images
I
of
used
them
to
right now. Here's one
teach-
eating a grape.
I used to teach like Girl Scout troops and things like that. Sometimes like we used to do their technology badge and stuff like that. And part of what I would do is I would give them a word or something like that they didn't know or they didn't know what it looked like, and they had to use the internet to look it up, find a picture of it, and then they had 5 minutes to draw that picture as well as they could. And I would always introduce them to red pandas, and none of those little Girl Scouts had ever seen or knew what a red panda was, and every single time, oh my god, it's so cute!
They're
Every time.
stupid cute. I'm looking
Yep.
at a picture. I love how they'll jump up on their back legs and put their arms up.
Yep.
They're so Oh, they're so cute. Here's one smiling. Here's another one smiling. They're very cute, and they've got like foxy little tails. Not like
Yeah,
foxy,
they're like
sexy,
a raccoon
but like they look
mixed
kind of
with
like a
a
yeah,
teddy bear.
yeah. Oh, that's a super raccoon. It's like a raccoon and then like it's kind of anteatery, but furry as well. And the way that it hangs.
Yeah,
What a cool animal. What a cool animal.
it is a cool animal. You know what else is a cool animal? The Affable Idiots. That's us.
It's
That's the
us.
brand under which we fall, along with our other podcast, Respawn, Aim, Fire, and some more things that might be coming in the next week or two. Ooh. But we don't want to develop a whole lot of stuff. We know we're not going to get support. So we need you to support us. Go to youtube.com/ a bunch of random shit. Find our channel. If you subscribe to us enough, then we can finally get our vanity name, youtube.com/ AAWY. And it would be great. It would be wonderful. So do that. You can also go to Twitter. Follow us at Affable Idiots on Twitter. Stay up to date. Get that sweet picture of SpongeBob's butthole.
Oh, it's
That's
super
going on
sweet.
there.
It's so good.
Take some sweet polls. And while you're there, why don't you go ahead and throw us a question or a statement that you need advice on
Yeah.
for our next segment called Dear Aawy. It's AAW. Get it? Dear Abby, but Aawy. Get it? Dear
Get it?
Aawy. I'll rewind. I'm gonna say it again. And I'll let everyone at home while you're listening go ahead and laugh. Dear Aawy.
So stupid. I've been doing that so frequently, the whole get it? Like I'll say something and like change, like I'll be like making fun of Casey, but say something and change something to make it a joke about something else, or I'll sing, like make up a song, but sort of change it to be about something else, and I'll be like, get it? And he's like, yes, Jesse, I see exactly what you did there. It's like, it's funny though, right? He's like, no, like you're supposed to support me.
I think my favorite implementation of it is from Scrubs.
That's
And
why
it's
I
the-
do it.
Yes. It's the show within a show that they were gonna make. Not they were gonna make, but on the show it's a thing. It's I'm a lawyer, I'm a janitor. Together we adopted a cute little kid. We're legal custodians.
Get it? That's why I do it.
It's wonderful.
I think it's getting old though to Casey. He's not loving it as much, but I still love it, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
That's what matters. So Dear Aawy is a what do you call this? It's a part of the show. It's a topic of the show where
Segment?
we Thank you. It's a segment of the show where we give advice for whatever issue you might be having, whether it's something you need our help with, or whether it's a decision you have to make, whatever that might be. Tweet at us, text us, put a video on YouTube and call
Holla
it
at your girls. Your girl
Holla,
here.
holla at your girls. Do that. This week, we had a guest write in. We're keeping it anonymous. Obviously, we didn't realize this the first couple times we did it, but it's an advice show. You're supposed to keep it anonymous. This person says, what would you do if your PS4 disk drive broke and you had about 50 physical games you can't play anymore?
I'd get over it. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
So Jesse here is a professional graduate with a BA in psychology.
Yeah, a BA.
Sorry, a BS?
Nope, it's a BA.
Is it a BA?
It's a BA, yeah.
And a BA in psychology. So she obviously has some credibility here. So Jesse, if you had about
Lots of
50 physical
credibility.
games that you can't play on your PS4 anymore, armed with the knowledge of knowing that the PlayStation 5 releases in just 4 days, and my head's about to explode with excitement, what would you do? What advice do we have for this individual?
So I don't know much about video games or the consoles and all of that.
Right,
These
right.
disc drives, is it possible to take it to your local Geek Squad or affiliate or somebody like that who can fix it or remove the data? Or like, are we saying with this question, they're just gone and that's it?
So the issue is, think of it like DVDs or Blu-rays. If the Blu-ray disc drive on your thing stops working, and now you have all of these DVDs and you can't play them. Can't watch them. It's the same thing but with games.
Got it. Okay, got it. When I read disk drive, I was thinking like a memory.
Like a hard
thing.
disk
Okay.
drive. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, now can games from the PS4 go to the PS5?
They can, but here's the thing: you can have you can play physical PS4 games on a PS5 that has a disc slot, or you can play digital PS4 games on any PS5. I know for a fact that this writer, the person who wrote in, pre-ordered, and they are literally impossible to find. He pre-ordered a digital-only PlayStation 5.
Okay. So the games that they have are essentially not usable for him.
Correct.
I would say that really, really sucks, and I'm so sorry for you. Because I know that like you would have probably kept the PS4 so you could play these games when you wanted to. Like I know people do that. You have done that, at least in the past, where you'll keep old consoles.
Right.
Even though
I've got
you
a
have the newest
PS3
version.
because I need that if I want to play a PS3 game. Yep.
Exactly. In this case, I would say you can do one of two things. You can go and get yourself another PS4. I don't know if you can still buy them, but I'm sure you could find one, right? Can you still buy a PS4 once a PS5
You
comes
can't.
out?
Well, they are still a little tough to find, but yes, you can find PS4s for a couple $100s.
I would look for that and see. Now, you have to decide how important these games are to you and how much you are going to want to play them. You can go and find yourself another PS4. You can... I guess you could do one of three things. So try and find another PS4 and buy it and then keep your games and play them when that arrives until it breaks again, whenever that may be. You can... Is it possible to return the thing that he pre-ordered and then get a PS5 with the disc? Or are you saying that's hard? You can't get those anymore?
So they are impossible. They are basically impossible to find. And if you let go of the
Okay.
one that you pre-ordered, you're not going to get one
Okay,
for
all right.
a while.
Then I'm going to bring it back down to two options because it seems to me that you're not going to want to return the one you pre-ordered and then try to find one with the disc drive. I think it comes down to trying to find another PS4, and if you can and want to purchase it, great. If you can and don't want to purchase it or you can't find one, I think you try and sell those games.
I think I'm with you on the last one.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. We all know digital is the way of the future. Jesse, when's the last time you put a physical disc into a DVD or Blu-ray player to watch a movie?
It's been longer since the last time I put a VHS in.
Exactly.
But then
we
the
stream
VHS
things now,
player
or we
ate
download
it. So, I
things.
mean, you stream everything. Everything is streamed
Digital's
now.
the future. And obviously, had you bought all of these games digitally before anyway, this wouldn't be a problem because they would just transfer right over to your PS5. So you should future-proof yourself. Here's the other thing I'm going to say.
Oh, are you victim shaming? It's your own fault.
Well, Dallas... Oh, I mean... Bleep!
Memphis.
Memphis, what were you wearing when it broke? Were you asking for it?
Gosh, terrible.
So here's the thing. How many of those 50 games do you still play anymore?
That's a good point, too, yeah.
How many of those 50 games are worth playing again? My suggestion would be to take those 50, sell them, trade them in somewhere for a fair amount of value, and
I
then
know
just
about
rebuy the
GameStop.
important ones.
Yeah,
GameStop is controversial because
Is it?
they will like give you like $3 for a game and then resell it for like $40.
Fuck you, GameStop.
Yeah.
That's more than controversial. That's
Yeah.
fuck you worthy.
That is fuck you worthy.
Damn. Sell them on the,
So,
at
yeah,
the
mine
Facebook
would be-
Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace, eBay, whatever the hell. Just sell those 50 games and then rebuy digitally the ones that really matter.
Yeah,
And
that's a
move
good
on.
point. That's a really good point.
And sometime in the near future, there's got to be some kind of like Netflix for games that's going to happen anyway, and you're going to have that subscription. And you won't even have to worry about these 50 games because they're going to be part of that subscription probably.
Yeah, that's true.
See?
That sucks, though, Memphis. It really sucks.
It does.
I mean,
There you go.
when I moved,
we just fixed it.
I
We
moved, I
fixed your
threw
life.
away all my CDs, and I'm like, Why did I do that? I don't even remember what CDs I had. Maybe I could look through my CDs and be like, oh, I really missed that album. And then I could play it digitally.
Exactly.
I could
You have an
stream
Apple
it.
Music subscription. You can do whatever you want. You can play that CD and all their whole discography.
And all the other ones. Oh, man. Well, let us know what you decide. I think maybe you try and sell them. And then buy digitally or something. The ones that are the most important so that you can play them across all PSs. From here on out, theoretically.
PSs.
Because what if you spend hundreds of dollars on another PS4, and then it breaks soonish as well? Like, who knows? Because
Exactly,
it's not
see?
the most recent technology. So, and also, what if you buy it used? How old is it? You know? I'm so sorry, Memphis, though. I
Yep.
know that really blows. That really blows a big load.
Before we leave this topic, there's a couple of things in the conversation we just had that sparked just a Dane Cook joke that I remember.
Dang good.
That speaking of victim shaming and speaking of CDs, he had a joke about like girls will find any excuse to stick with a guy that is like abusing them or whatever, and one of them was, oh, I can't leave him. I have like 40 or 50 CDs in his truck, and I can't just walk away from that.
Go get them from the truck. Fucking Dane Cook, man.
Yeah, that guy's gone now.
Yeah, thank God.
He's
for
not
that.
canceled, but he's just like, no, he's not relevant anymore.
I'm glad because I have never liked Dane
Actually,
Cook.
I wonder if Dane Cook is canceled. Is Dane
Check
Cook
it.
canceled? Just brought up a lot of things about David Cook, the singer.
Oh, from North Carolina of American Idol fame.
Yeah. Well, I guess we would know if Dane Cook was controversial enough to be canceled nowadays, he probably would have been the top story. But apparently
Yeah,
David
I don't
Cook
think-
is more relevant.
Ooh, the real reason why Hollywood dumped Dane Cook. This is from 2017.
Ooh, that's the year I turned 27.
Ooh, comedians think he's a joke thief. The year you turned
Oh,
27.
he's a Carlos Mencia.
Also, Employee of the Month tanked. That last movie he was in.
Did it tank? I feel like people really liked that.
Right? I thought so
Or-
too, but
or
I guess
like it was-
I guess it tanked. And then
Okay.
apparently comedians really hate him.
Gotcha.
Whatever that means. I don't know. His turn to drama didn't pan out. Also, he missed out on playing Captain America. Thank God he's not
Yeah.
Captain America.
Woof. Remember he did that movie Mr. Brooks?
No.
Where he was like a serial
Wait.
killer? That was like the one serious thing he tried to do. I only know because I bought it as part of a 2-pack for $5, Mr. Brooks and Silence of the Lambs.
I never saw this movie. Was it terrible?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Wait, no, that's Kevin Costner.
Then what is it called? What is it called?
Oh, no,
Dane
he
Cook
was
was
in
in
that. No, he was in that. He just was. Kevin Costner, I guess, was the main guy. Like on the cover, it only says Kevin Costner and Demi Moore. But I do see a screen grab from Mr. Brooks with him in it.
Dane Cook played. Brooks resolves to commit one final murder, but a voyeur, Dane Cook, witnesses it and blackmails him to continue.
Fucking Dane
Okay.
Cook, man.
So Kevin Costner was going to commit another murder, but Dane Cook says, "Hey, I saw
Maybe
you."
don't. No, hey, I saw you. Now let's do some more. Peace.
That's
and
it, everyone,
blessings.
for Dear Aawy. If you want advice on something that's going through your life, please write us at Affable Idiots, DM us, tweet us, text us, send a letter, baby. You can
Call
write
me,
in a
beat
letter,
me if
baby.
you wanna reach
If you wanna
me.
reach me. And before we leave you today, we're going to leave with a parting positive thought, as we usually do. And this week's parting positive thought comes from America. And it is that Joe Biden will be our president come January 20th. Everyone, shout it from the rooftops. Thanks for listening.
Stand on a rooftop, climb up a mountaintop, baby, scream and shout. That's a Rascal Flatts for you.
Oh, hugs and kisses.
Hearts and shards.
Shardy farts.